1475, the year before Charles the Bold's last ventures on the battlefield, the atmosphere had been hot in Burgundy. In previous videos, I already covered the battles around Château Chinon, Moulins-en-Gilbert, and Montreuil in the Nièvre, but the Franche-Comté didn't escape violence either. In the beginning of the year 1475, Charles the Bold was still tied up with the siege of Neuss. He had sent his half-brother Anthony on a diplomatic mission to Italy. Meanwhile, the Marshal of Burgundy, Anthony of Luxembourg, aka the Count of Russie, was dealing with the unrest in Burgundy. In March 1475, 300 Swiss soldiers invaded the Jura. They conquered the city of Pontarlier, where the people had not seen the attack coming. There was a fortified place or chateau in Pontarlier where Captain Etienne de Saint-Maury had locked himself up with 250 men. A battle of 4 hours ensued, after which the castle was taken and the captain and his men killed. The city and the castle were pillaged. 7 days had already passed and the attackers had been eating and drinking and had let their guard down. Soon the Count of Russie and Louis of Châteauguillon arrived before Pontarlier with 5,000 men. The Swiss, their boldness fueled by their drunkenness, rushed to the walls and started to attack the Burgundians. They pried stones loose from the walls and threw them at their opponents and pushed the ladders back. Louis de Châteauguillon was hit with a pike and ended up in the ditch on top of dozens of his soldiers. The Count of Russie was badly wounded in the face. The Burgundian soldiers retreated, the majority to nearby La Rivière. The Swiss on their part also retreated, but not after having set fire to the city and taking a large loot with them, together with the banner of Pontarlier and the pennon with the Burgundian coat of arms. When the Burgundian reinforcements arrived, they found the city empty. The inhabitants had fled to the mountains and the forests, where they perished in large numbers of cold and hunger. The Swiss, about 8,000 men, established a camp near Mollard and continued to attack the neighboring villages. They also attacked La Rivière, a fortified village which we will visit in a future episode. They also conquered Jounieh, the pass to Switzerland. They killed hundreds of people and left a garrison of 600 men under the command of Georg Stein. While looting and burning villages on his way, Stein also wounded Louis de Chalon, who had come from Nozeroy to oppose the Swiss. When Charles heard about all of this, he was enraged and swore revenge against the Swiss. But this is not the only reason Pontarlier is interesting. It is a place where Olivier de la Marche, famous Burgundian knight, chronicler, poet, maître d'hôtel of Charles Bold and his captain of the guard, went to school for a short time as a boy. In 1434, Guillaume de Vienne sent Olivier's father Philip to the castle of Joux to defend it against the Count of Neufchâtel and against incursions of small German lords. In one of the coming episodes we will visit Joux, but first we go to nearby Pontarlier. It's only about 4 kilometers from Joux Castle, but this was too far for Olivier to commute to each day. So his father arranged for him to stay in the house of Pierre de Saint-Maurice, a nobleman, together with several other children. Olivier writes in his memoirs he thought he was about 8 or 9 years old at the time. He didn't know when he was born exactly. Many people in those days were not sure about their exact date of birth. Two of his companions there, Jacques de Valéran and Etienne de Saint-Maury, would later be present during the Battle of Gavere in Flanders in the year 1453, where they ended up being badly wounded. Olivier's father died in 1437 and his mother probably left Joux. Olivier was then taken care of by Guillaume de Lurieux and his wife for several years and eventually became a page in the household of Duke of Burgundy, Philip the Good. Pontarlier doesn't seem to have many medieval houses left. History probably explains why. There used to be a fortified place called Le Château, but I have not been able to figure out where that was yet. The River Doubs runs through the city. The Saint-Bénigne church is one of the buildings that stand out the most. Olivier de la Marche would not have known the church in its current form. It was rebuilt in the 17th century in the location of a much older church. The 15th century northern portal is currently the oldest part of this church. Did Olivier ever set foot in here? I have no idea. Same goes for the house of Pierre de Saint-Maurice, where he stayed during his school days. Until next time, and bye bye.